So there's countless videos on the law of attraction, but these are the things I think are the most important and decided to share them. And the first thing is vibrations. And if you're on low vibrations, things are gonna be getting fucked for you. Like if you're down there, and there's things that are meant for down there. And the higher up things, they won't be able to get to you. I remember there was this podcast where a woman was talking about how her spirit guides were trying to get to her. They were always giving her all the information, but she didn't realize it at the time. But they couldn't actually help her because they can't reach her in low vibrations. So, and I see this a lot, by the way, when people are like, why would any god or angel or anything allow this to happen to me? You do it because you're low vibrations. You literally pop out of existence for low vibrational beings when you're at high vibration. And people should learn to know this. Like, the only way to have things come to you when you're manifesting, the only way to have them come to you in the way you want them to, is to be first at high vibrations. Okay, so how do you raise your vibrations? Vibrations. You raise your vibrations by just feeling good, feeling calm. That's what high vibrations are. It's just this feeling of weightlessness, this feeling of it's gonna be okay. And it's very important to know this, that I know it might not seem like it, but you're gonna be okay. It's just to look at your past and see you're also okay, right? And something drastic has to happen. Like, I am very, very, very prone to jinxing stuff for myself, so I always have this in the back of my head, like, if I'm not worried about this thing, something bad's gonna happen. Like, if I relax, then something bad's gonna happen. And that's the other thing, the law of attraction. If it's just a fleeting thought that you attach an emotion to it, you attach an emotion to it, you let it flow. That's the strongest possible attraction you can ever get to produce. The things will manifest very quickly at the time where they're supposed to. And that's the other thing. It's when manifesting, you don't. There isn't a specific time that this is gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna be like at this day, at this time. No, it's gonna be when this happens. That's how it pretty much works time wise. When this happens, then this will be able to happen. This blocks this, so it cannot come. So it's yes, you can be like put a time frame, like within like by Tuesday or on Tuesday I want this and this and this to happen. But this is your own perception of time. This is and also the universe understands that. When you're manifesting, it understands that you have a perception of time. But when you don't put a time frame on it, and it is at a period of life where something particular happens to you, then it's gonna happen. Because that's what it reads. If this made any sense. So yeah, to summarize this, so be at high vibrations, feel like you're protected, everything's gonna be okay. Just feel full of love, like heart energy, lots of heart energy. Like, that's very important. And very well monitor what you're actually letting. Just, of course, if you actually monitor it, you will stop it, and that's one of the things that I. And if you're actually monitoring what you're thinking, there will be no fleeting thoughts that either make or break something. And this is exactly why I can't feel like I can relax. I always feel like if I let something slip, I won't be able to block it, because everybody blocks things. Absolutely everybody blocks things, and the reason the good things aren't coming is because you're blocking them. And the reason that not everything bad is coming to you, even though every thought resonates and every thought comes to you. And the reason bad things are not coming to you is if you block them. And most of the time, I am blocking the bad things. I'm going to be thinking something over and over, and I'm like, I don't want to think about it. It's something horrible, like a disease or something like that. And I can't stop thinking about it because I'm like, don't think about it, don't think about it, don't think about it. And that's how I keep thinking about it. And I can't stop. And if I don't block these things out consciously, then they would be able to manifest in my life. And that's why if you want to manifest something consciously, you have to first be aware that you know what you're blocking and you know how not to block something. You know how you're sitting somewhere just being there but not really being there because you're thinking about something and you're very much aware of what's happening around you, but you're kind of just walking through life and imagining things. And I don't know how many people do that. Like, I daydream literally all the time. But I know how you're in your head, like things are mostly happening in your head, that's where you're focused. Actually, a lot of the time when you're trying to manifest something and you think about it and you attract it, it can, in a way, it can remain in your head, if that makes any sense. Like, nothing will really come to you. It will keep going through your head and you think about because your mind can't really tell the difference between what you are imagining, what someone else is doing, and what you are doing. And that's a huge cogwheel in everything, because you have to be very, very, very aware of where you are and what you're doing. And it's something that I think people call presence, that it's like you step into your body, you're outside of your mind, you're in your body, you're looking at things and you are living things. Your focus is absolutely in the outside world, and your thoughts are almost non-existent. They're just, I know how it sounds, but your thoughts, like this brain noise that people are trying so hard to get rid of to meditate, this is what it is. This is what it's for. It's not so you don't think, it's so you're here in the moment and you connect. That's the important part. You should connect. And when you are connected, that's when things start coming into your life. You can be at high vibrations and you can be thinking all those good things, but if you're not here, it's not really going to find you easily. So you should just try to focus on the now, focus on what surrounds you, and just feel it and experience it instead of thinking about things all the time. And the other thing is reading and scrying. You can read your own future, you can read other people's future. That's something natural, that's something normal, that's just a part of being human. And there's many people that think that if you are connecting to the divine, it's opening a portal to a lower dimension. It makes absolutely no sense. It's mostly religious people, no shade, non-religious people, but it's mostly religious people that think, oh no, like you shouldn't be going to psychics, you shouldn't be reading your future, that's evil. And that's I'd say stupid, but it's more like ignorant and naive rather than stupid. And my mom was crying without realizing, and she thinks what I'm doing is from coming from a negative place, and what she's doing is coming from the best place possible, just because she has such strong faith. And what she is doing is she's communicating with God by opening up the Bible and asking a question, opening up the Bible randomly, reading a verse, and it answers her question. And that is called scrying. It's it's really not specific to any religion or any faith. It's just something that is. You are scrying by asking a question, having it answered. And it doesn't really come from somewhere specifically. The answer comes through your own intuition, through your own psychic ability. Because, again, everybody has a psychic ability. Every single person. It's something as normal as having a sense of hearing, a sense of smell. And she was pretty much saying that it's her connection to God that is holy, and God has forbidden people from telling the future, and it's actually the same thing, believe it or not. Because no matter if it's about the future, about the past, about something that's happening, it's being answered because you're allowed to access that information. It's there for everybody, it is there for you. And when you're manifesting, there's been so many times when I know my future. I know it every time that I have a reading, the same thing pops up. And that's how things are going to happen. And I'm at the point where I know who it is, what it is, what's gonna happen, which way it is. I mean, not for everything, but most of the time. And I can choose whether or not I want that in my life or not. And if I see where things are going in a certain direction, I can absolutely stop, and anyone can stop. I know how I manifested this. I know what I was thinking and I was doing for it to come. And now I can choose whether I will hide within myself, let it pass because I don't want it, or I can be present and choose not to block it out. I consciously choose not to block it out and participate in it, step into it. And I am used to asking questions all the time about all kinds of things. And another thing many people are afraid of when it comes to fortune telling is, what if someone deceives you? What if something is there with you and tells you the wrong answer? The only way to get a false reading is if you yourself are confused about it and you're adding way too much information onto it from your own self. The way you read and the way you scry is you ask a question and you wait. You just look at the information, you perceive it. You don't perceive it through your usual perception, but you perceive it as a fact. You take in the fact, not what you're hearing. And scrying is very useful because it can be done anywhere. You don't really need tarot cards to do a reading. They're useful and they are made for a purpose, but you can actually scry about pretty much anything. And also, you don't have to. The best reading, in my opinion, is when you don't tell the reader your question. You just tell them that you're ready, you have a question ahead, and you really have a specific question in your head. Because it has happened to me and a friend of mine when someone changes their question halfway through, and you're like, okay, the information is still coming through, but it's coming through about something completely different. And yeah, we can tell. And I've specifically trained myself not to ask the question, but to ask only if they're ready, so I can get the information. And it's I've seen that a lot of the time it works way better because you don't think, yeah, this must be it, and that's why it's so hard to tell the future about your own self, because you assume things with your own energy. You expect an answer, and expecting an answer is also a part of what can distort it. And the negative entities, parasitic spirits, can sway it, but you're gonna know. When they sway it, you're gonna know, and there are ways to avoid them. And again, high vibrations. You are at high vibrations, they cannot get to you, so do not worry. So again, if you could make sense of everything what I said, It's pretty much don't worry about it. Have this childlike playfulness. Just feel that. Feel relaxed. Feel like everything is okay. Feel like it is natural for everything to be okay. And everything will be fine. Have that. Relax. And write things down. That, of course, that helps a lot. Spoken words, written words. It really helps. So if you want to manifest something, be at peace, know exactly what it is that you want. Don't worry about fucking it up, because you cannot fuck it up at high vibrations. It will come in a way that is satisfactory to you. Stay at high vibrations and just know that you want it. And the way to block it out is to hide within yourself. If you're not hiding within yourself, it will not be blocked out. If you're not pushing it under there and saying no, bad feeling, bad thoughts, no, you stay there. If you're not doing that, and you are purposefully channeling energy towards it, it will come. And you should be really looking at your natal charts to see exactly what is the best time to manifest this and that, because that really helps. And basically, just have fun with it. That's the most important part. Just have fun with it. So yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to say. And happy manifesting.